she agreed to give me the security deposit for cleaning the houses.
No, that's wrong.
Hold on, ladies.
Well, she didn't do anything to clean it, and that's a picture of it.
Why are you doing that?
Because that's the fact.
All rise for Judge Joe Brown. Whoa! Experience, knowledge, and a passion for the truth.
I'm protecting womanhood and promoting manhood.
Bringing no-nonsense justice to Americans everywhere.
If you listen, you may learn something.
It's time for Judge Joe.
A housekeeper is denied payment. Is it because of a dirty house or just dirty tricks? Business owner Kelly Floyd is suing a client for non-payment of services and libel. Defendants Linda and Tina Chen say the plaintiff did a poor job cleaning. Now, here's Judge Joe Brown.
All right, let's see. Madam Plaintiff, you're suing the defendants for unpaid fees that you have earned according to your assertions, and also for defamation of character and slander, or actually for libel.
Yes.
You allege that you run a house cleaning service. The defense is that the cleanup was not appropriately done. Is that right?
That is correct.
Further, you say you had to incur other expenses to bring in additional people to clean the place up. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. You first, ma'am.
Okay. On August 13th, Mrs. Chen, Linda Chen, wrote up a contract between me and the renter, stating that if I removed all of her personal belongings, discarded all the trash, and cleaned all surfaces, that I would be entitled to the balance of her security deposit. As of August 20th, all that was done. I had to hire help. That's out of my own pocket, $300
Well, that's not right. It wasn't done right.
Well, hold on, ladies. One at a time. You just tell me your version of facts. Still have ample opportunity to respond, all right?
3 people before the walkthrough. And, well, the walkthrough was for August 20th between 8:30 and 9 a.m. And I was there at 5 minutes till 9. And I found a note from Linda Chen, who had left early, stating not to do the carpet. And then I called her after my...
No, that's wrong.
I have evidence.
Excuse me. What do you think you're achieving by doing what you're doing?
Okay. Okay, well, the note says the time and date. Okay, so then I missed her on the first walkthrough, and I called her, and she made an appointment for the second walkthrough. But during that time, I went back and I did windows. I detailed the house to make sure it was good and ready, and for her to be satisfied for the 23rd walkthrough at 9 o'clock in the morning. I arrived there. She approached me, and at that first point is when I figured out she had some hostility towards me, because she demanded the keys, and she insinuated that I held back some keys, which I gave her all the keys that I had. The rest were in the doors. And then she hurried through this walkthrough, and she did show some upsetness because the tub wouldn't come clean. I did the best I could on that tub. It was 60 years old. It only cleaned so much. And then she also brought to my attention how one of the fan blades on the ceiling fan was dusty. September 9th, I received a check of partial payment for $324.01. A lot less than I expected. So I was talking to one of my clients who is an attorney, and he wrote her a letter stating that I should get the balance that was due to me.
I have a copy of that.
Yes, you do.
Reference to indebtedness to you, addressed to the defendant,
right.
Or one of the defendants.
Well,
proceed, please.
Okay. In this letter, there's no truths at all to this letter. She says there was no contract or no agreement between her and me. There was an agreement. She agreed to give me the security deposit for cleaning the houses. I cleaned all. You'll get your turn. You'll get your turn. Anyways, I cleaned it, like I said, as best I could.
One at a time, please. I know it's hard. Hold your point. Keep going.
Okay, the letter that she sent him shows pictures of the tub, and it clearly shows that the enamels wore down. It will not come clean. But this other picture above here, that is not of the house that I cleaned. There was no place in the house that I cleaned that picture is from.
I find that interesting. You say that's not even the scene that I cleaned.
Right.
I don't know what this place is. I don't recognize it.
Well, the lady did live there for 8 years, and she didn't do any cleaning at all in 8 years. She had 3 renters at a time, and not all were the same, but the lady had a bad back, and she did not clean. So there was a lot of cleaning to do, and I did what I could. On a 60-year-old house, I did the best I could.
By the way, I'm going to go through these. You identify for me which house you cleaned. Does you recognize any of this right here?
Oh, okay. That is not of the house that I cleaned. There is nowhere, that is not at the house.
Next one.
Again.
That?
Absolutely not.
Next.
That is the tub, and it's clearly the enamels wore down. Those blinds, Anita and me looked at those blinds, and I was going to remove them and toss them. They're $3 blinds. They're metal, and they can't be cleaned very well. They're just metal. I mean, they're 8 years old. So Anita said, leave them on so the house doesn't look empty. And I agreed. I said, okay, so the house doesn't look empty. Clearly, they are dusty, but it's just not right.
Next.
I'm not sure what that's a picture of. I don't know. The wood door like that doesn't look
Let's go to the outside picture I think we have. Do you have that?
And that picture, I can't make that. Now, that is all the stuff I removed from inside the house. And I made sure there was nothing left in the driveway by September 1st. There was nothing left. I have pictures showing how the driveway was empty, and I swept it out just so she would not be burdened with having to remove the items.
We'll be right back with Judge Joe Brown.
This is one of the toilets that she claims impossible to clean, and I have it done by another cleaning lady, and that's a picture of it.
What did the other cleaning lady do?
I simply explained the facts, that she didn't do a good cleaning job.
It's Joe time after this.
We're back with Judge Joe Brown. The plaintiff in this case says the defendant's property was in shambles before she cleaned it. She wants payment for her services and retribution for the libel. Let's take a look.
All right. Now, what you're complaining about in reference to the defamation of character is that there was a defaming item of correspondence sent back to your attorney, who's also one of your employers.
Right.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I've got it in writing. Now, you have the floor.
Oh, thanks, Judge Joe Brown. Well, first, I didn't enter any contract with her. She was hired by my tenant to clean out the house after she vacated the house.
Now, just exactly what was wrong?
Well, I admit I made a mistake that I allowed to have a deposit to send to her. The point is that before we entered a contract, she and Anita, they both looked at the house. She knows what's the condition of the house.
It wasn't good.
She went in there and didn't do the clean before we all signed the contract, which I didn't sign. She knew very well that if she didn't do a good job, I don't mean a good job, just a general house cleaning job, normal house cleaning job. I did not ask for anything extraordinary, just regular. And she didn't do. She knew my tenant wouldn't come back for the house. And she also signed that contract saying that she knew that if she didn't do the general house cleaning job, then there will be a deduction.
I was trying to please you.
Them, if she didn't do the job like she's supposed to do the cleaning, then I would have to hire another cleaning lady. They both agreed to it.
What about dealing with some significant renovation, repaint, replacement of carpeting, repairing the damage in the wood cabinets that look like they have accrued during the course of a long period of possession? Now, she can't be responsible for the upkeep on your property.
Yes, because she claimed that I told her to paint the house, which I didn't. I did not do any of those. I didn't tell.
It needed to be painted.
I didn't tell the plaintiff, say, you have to paint the house for me. You have to clean the carpet for me. You have to make the old things into new things. I didn't tell her that you have to make everything perfect to my satisfaction. No, I only tell her, just do the cleaning. The regular cleaning, which she didn't. I got so many pictures. It's not a normal wear and tear. It's something that anybody can clean up with soap and detergent, which she didn't. I only helped her.
Hold on, let me put something up here.
Okay.
That one.
Oh, that's the wrench hook.
Yes, I know. But you took the picture and you're supplying it, saying this is what the plaintiff did not do. Now, exactly what is she supposed to do with that?
Well, she was supposed to clean the grease out. She didn't.
Well, I mean, but look, the paint's chipped off of it here. And here, and here, and here, and here. There's only so much you can do. This stuff seeps down in the paint. It becomes impossible to clean out. Landlady, You're supposed to get that replaced. That's ordinary, cumulative, long-term wear and tear. You can't have the cleaning lady come in and transpose wear and tear like that, and this is where the paints come off. Those stains are long fixed into the fabric of this particular item. Well, she can't do that. That's what you're supposed to do. Take care of the wear and tear.
Well,
She can't come in and you expect her to be a contractor to go do renovations. She's only there to clean.
No, I didn't expect her to be a contractor.
Well, what did you expect her to do?
Those can be cleaned.
It's filthy.
If she had attended to clean that cabinet's shelf, then I'm fine with. The point is she didn't even try to clean it. And all I'm asking is to have it clean, not to have her restore the paint or paint it over.
What could she do to clean it?
Well, she didn't do anything to clean it.
She says she did. I am looking at that, and what I'm looking at is the only thing you can do is take a sanding block and sand the finish off of it and start all over again.
If she had done a little clean on that, I wouldn't oppose to it. But
What are you going to do?
I have a clean. I have my...
When's the last time you renovated this property?
It was painted, and the house was painted.
How long did the tenant stay in there?
8 years.
8 years?
Yes.
You've had a continuous tenant for 8 years and nothing's been doing to restore, maintain, or renovate in 8 whole years. Yeah, that's why that looks like it does. So you want the cleaning lady to come in and deal with 8 years worth of restoration, renovation, and maintenance you should have done, and expect to, you got a costume that's blue, red, and a little yellow trim?
No, I don't.
Red cape?
No.
Red boots?
Not Superman.
S on your chest?
Not Superman.
Well,
Not Wonder Woman.
actually, there has been continuous repairs at the house. Even the bathtub was replaced about 2 years ago.
That bathtub could not have been replaced.
Well, the bathtub...
Look, excuse me. If you had that bathtub in there brand new from just 3 years ago, you'll have one horrible tenant. There's nothing this woman can do because that bathtub's not supposed to get that filthy in 3 years. Did you buy a used one?
No, there were 2 bathtubs in there. This is one of them, but this one's not clean, not the replacement.
No way.
Excuse me, Judge Joe Brown.
Now, what is the tone that you adopt against this woman when you send this correspondence back to her lawyer?
I simply explained the facts, that she didn't do a good cleaning job. This is one of the toilets that she claimed it's impossible to clean, and I have it done by another cleaning lady, and that's a picture of it.
What did the other cleaning lady do?
She simply cleaned all the items that she could not clean, and she claimed she cannot do, or she wouldn't do. And she said it's impossible to clean, and I have to replace it.
You hired that woman. See, the problem is your tenant hired this plaintiff, and you stepped in as a guarantor, and you accepted the role of being the deliverer, the conveyor of the compensation she was to achieve as the contracting party to one of your tenants. You jumped right in the middle. I don't know what your arrangements were with the other lady, but you brought them in to do what you were supposed to have done yourself.
We'll be back with more Judge Joe Brown in a moment.
Even Kelly knows very well, the plaintiff knows very well, if she didn't do a good cleaning job.
Excuse me,
Stop.
Stop. I'll read a sample of your language.
Oh.
You must be subject to what I can only assume is your lack of awareness of the individual's aggressive and deceiving nature, period. It's pretty strong.
Because that's the fact.